The winning streak. You either love it or you hate it. It sort of depends on what side of the fence you're sitting on when a winning streak is happening. It's typically a bat and ball term. Using Super Rugby as an example at the moment, the longest winning streak for a current team right now is 3 with the Crusaders. Okay, that's a bad example, but it can be also used in a motorsport term. For the longest time, 9 was the magic number when it came to race winnings in a row. It was held by both Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel for the longest time, until Max Verstappen came along in 2023 and sort of like stomped all over those records. The Australian Touring Car Championship / V8 Supercars / Supercars, depending on how you want to talk about it, has had their own set of winning streaks. I mean, you've got Jamie Whincup with his 4 titles in a row. Round wins is stuck at 6 with both Jim Richards in 85 and Shane Van Gisbergen in 2022 holding on to those streaks. But there's one winning streak that I want to talk about that arguably is more under the radar, but I think is more impressive than those ones. Let's talk about that. So this streak will be around Craig Lowndes. The veteran has been in the sport for 30 plus years nearly. Well, yes, he has been around for 30 plus years. So he's had plenty of time to get all sorts of records, and he has. You might think I want to be talking about his streak of 3 titles in his first 3 seasons. Yes, that is impressive, but I think there is even a more impressive thing than that. Who would have thought thinking that, not gonna lie. Today I want to talk about his record at Wanneroo, or Barbagallo, or carco.com.au Raceway as it's being called now, Perth. It's the track over in Perth. His record over there is impressive. 16 wins is the most any driver has at any track in the history of the series. The next best is Mark Scaife actually at Oran Park, and that's at 15, so considering what Oran Park looks like now, I don't think that's getting bettered anytime soon. But he's been racing at Barbagallo for many years. You might think those 16 wins are quite spread out, like 1 or 2 each season, or like he would have a clean sweep here or there, and then series years where he wouldn't win. But no, 12 of those wins were in a row. Yes, he won 12 races at one track in a row. Not only that, but those 12 wins were in the first 4 bloody years of him showing up to the track. From 1996 to 2000, they were 3 20-minute sprints. He won every race of those years. And you might think that's 5 years, not 4. Your math ain't math and Mr. Running on 7 cylinders, but that's where you're wrong. He took a year off to race at Europe doing Formula 3000, so I guess he wanted to give the competitors a chance to get their own wins before he came back. How did he do it? Well, using qualifying, because it's 1 qualifying per weekend back in those days, he'd qualify somewhere up the front. It wasn't always on pole, but it was either it was definitely the first couple of rows, and he was a gun on cold tyre pace, so he would just get to the front with his cold tyre speed and just stay there for the 20 minutes that the race was running for. And because he left for Ford from HRT in 2001, for the Holden Racing team at Perth, he was literally unbeatable. I don't think any driver anytime can have that sort of record anywhere. To put in comparison how crazy this streak is, I'm going to use a modern example to try and put it into perspective. Say the next round is at Symmons Plains as I record this. Say Kai Allen goes there and wins the 3 races as a rookie. He would then have to do that for the next 3 seasons. He would have to win every race in Tasmania until 2028, and that's to match the record. To beat the record, he would have to win race 1 of 2029. Imagine having that consistency as a rookie. It's just crazy. Those streaks did help Craig Lowndes to win the 1996, 98 and 99 titles. And to make it more impressive than it already was, he's not even from Perth. See, back in the day with the support categories and even the main game, because Perth was so far away from everything else, they would have the local heroes that would show up, and with Perth being the only track in Western Australia, they had a lot of experience and miles around that track, so they had the most common knowledge on anyone. I mean, remember watching Formula Ford, and there was always the local heroes that would somewhat spring up the order from like 15th up to challenging for first because they had the local knowledge. Craig didn't have any of that. The only miles he did at Perth before 1996 was in the 1992 Formula Ford series. So going to a quite foreign circuit in his first 4 years of the Australian Touring Car Championship, he won all the races. That is probably the best streak of any winning streak in the history of the series, and if you have a better one, let me know. So that was a quick video about Craig Lowndes' unbeatable winning streak at Wanneroo, and can say confidently that no one will beat that streak. If you want to see more of these small videos talking about specific topics in Australian Touring Car Championship / V8 Supercars, let me know in the comments down below, because I will take your examples and do a video on them. And if you want to see more of my content, give a like and a subscribe. The support would be very much appreciated, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.